Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's vocabulary lesson. We are here for our final kindergarten vocabulary lesson. Can you believe that? It is Unit 10, Week 3, which means we are in our very last unit. And I just want to say that I am so proud of every single one of you for continuing to work so very hard during distance learning. And you all work so very hard when you were at school as well. All of this wonderful, wonderful knowledge that you have gained over the course of kindergarten has been amazing. So let's get started on our final vocabulary lesson together. Your first word this week is encourage. Everybody say encourage. When you encourage someone, you give them help or advice. My dad encourages me to learn about gardening. So your question is, how could you encourage a friend to try a new hobby? So it could be a friend or a family member. How could you encourage a friend or a family member to try a new hobby? Go ahead and pause the video and respond to that question. Now let's look at the picture that shows the word encourage. The dad wants his son to know about gardening. He encourages his son as he picks out plants. So he's encouraging him to participate in gardening and learn about gardening, and he's able to pick out some plants as well. Just like I know all of your teachers have encouraged you to do your very best this year, and we are all so proud of you. Everybody say encourage. Very nice job. Your next word, I forgot to mention that this week we are talking all about our environment and how we can protect our environment. I forgot to mention that at the beginning, but it goes right along with when we learned about Earth Day back in April. So some of these words you might be familiar with, which will be great. Your next vocabulary word is environment. Everybody say environment. The environment is everything around us. People, plants, animals, air, water, and soil. It gives us what we need to stay alive. Trees and air are part of the environment. And now your question is, how can you protect the environment? So think of just one thing that you can do to help protect the environment. Let's look at the picture of an environment. Trees are part of this environment. And that looks like a very pretty sunny day. And everyone has different environments, even the environment that you're in right now at your home. All of our homes are different, so our environments in our home are different. Even our classrooms are all different at school, so our environment in our classroom is different as well. But then when we're at school and we go out on the playground at Buchanan, we are all in the same environment on the playground. So it changes depending on where you're at. Your next word is protect. Everybody say protect. To protect is to keep something safe. I wear a seatbelt to protect myself in the car. What is one way to protect your health? This is a very interesting question right now because we're doing a lot of things right now to protect our health by staying home. So what is one thing you can do to protect your health? Now let's look at the picture of children who are wearing seatbelts to protect themselves. The seatbelts will keep the children safe if the car is in an accident. So of course we always hope that that doesn't happen, but that's why we wear our seatbelts, to keep us safe in case anything bad were to happen. Everybody say protect. Very nice job. Your next word is recycle. We talked a lot about this on Earth Day. Everybody say recycle. To recycle means to make something old and turn it into something new. You can recycle glass bottles and they can be used to make new things. So your question is, what else can you recycle? This example talked about glass bottles. So go ahead and pause the video and say one thing that you can recycle. Now let's look at the picture that shows the word recycle. The children are recycling used bottles. They are putting the used bottles into a recycling bin. The bottles in the bin will be made into new bottles. So there they are, recycling. Everyone say recycle. Very nice job. Our last vocabulary word, are you ready? Wisely. Everyone say wisely. When you do something wisely, you use what you know to make good decisions. He wisely wore a mask and gloves when handling the bees. I would say that's a very wise decision because you don't want to get stung. How can you wisely decide when to do your homework? Or how do you wisely decide when to get your work done for distance learning? This is kind of like your classwork at home. How do you wisely decide when it is a good time to do your work? Now let's look at the picture of a child who is wisely wearing a beekeeper hat while he looks closely at the beehive. He knows that without it, he might get stung. He is acting wisely. Everyone say wisely. Very nice job. Well, my kindergarten friends, that completes our vocabulary lesson for this week. Thank you again so very much for joining me for the past couple weeks for your vocabulary lessons. I was so happy that I got to teach you these words. I hope that you guys have an amazing summer for the students that I will not be talking to in later videos. And I'm excited to see you guys in first grade. Bye, everyone.